Here's a teachable moment. This is why you need to do inventory checks. Hi everyone, it's Lindey. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to bring you along with me while I get some work done. We actually have a little bit of a change in scenery going on right now. We are standing in my basement, which is where I store all of my listed merchandise that's available for sale online. Now, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be going through all of the listed inventory to verify that the listings are still active on eBay, the proper quantities are in those listings, and to make sure that we don't have any expiration dates that are either about to pass or have passed. And this is kind of the boring part of the job, so I wanted to bring you along with me to make it just a little more fun. Fun for me anyway. Which involves me going through the bins of my listed inventory, cross-referencing it on my active listings on eBay, just to make sure that all of those listings are still active and ready to be sold. And now what can sometimes happen with a listing that has multiple quantities is if someone purchases one and then ends up canceling, but I forget to go in there and replenish the quantity back to where it's supposed to be, I might actually have more in here than that's indicated on my eBay listing. So I need to go through, and everything that has multiple quantities, I need to count and make sure that the accurate quantity is on the eBay listing itself. And then I also need to go through and make sure that nothing has expired or is too close to its expiration date. According to eBay policies, you can sell items with expiration dates on the site. You don't need any sort of a special permit to do that. But the catch-all to that is that you have to make sure that that item arrives to your buyer before the expiration date passes. Because if that buyer receives an item that's expired, they can contact eBay and your seller account could potentially be suspended. There are some items that you can sell expired on eBay, such as printer ink, mostly because it's nothing that you consume. It's something like ink that might just dry up after the expiration date has passed. But anything that goes on someone's skin or they ingest into their body, you cannot sell expired, even if you put it in the listing. So now my goal is to eventually create an inventory system to where it is really simple for me to pick certain categories to do inventory checks once a month. That will mean that I no longer have to do them every 3 months, because as my inventory grows, the number of items that I need to check is going to increase. That means that today, since I have put it off, I'm gonna have to spend most of my day doing this. So now, before I dive in and show you guys how I check my current listed inventory, I wanted to take just a quick minute to thank the sponsor of today's video. Thanks to Home Chef Services, I have no worries about what we're gonna eat for dinner while I'm spending all day in this basement working. I know you guys have heard me talk about their oven-ready meals before, and it's because I'm absolutely obsessed. Everything is prepped and ready to go. It even comes in the pan that it's going to bake in. You just literally take the stuff out of the package, put it in the pan and throw it in the oven, and then within about 25 minutes, dinner is ready. I've been a Home Chef client now for about 6 months, and I love how wonderful the meals taste. I can go in and pick the meals I want, the meals that I don't want I can remove, and I can schedule the box to be delivered on the weeks where I'm the busiest, so that I don't have to worry about meal planning, I don't have to worry about prep, and I don't have to worry about spending hours in the kitchen when I have better things to do. And Home Chef is a huge supporter of my YouTube channel, as well as the mission to empower hustle and home entrepreneurs. And to show their support of all of you, they have gifted me with a coupon code to provide you all with that gets you $80 off your first 4 boxes when you try Home Chef yourself. If I'm remembering right, tonight's oven ready meal is apple butter pork medallions with white cheddar string beans. Yum! But enough thinking about dinner. we're gonna get started doing this work that I've been putting off for weeks now. One of the pain points for me for running an online store is actually putting away the listed inventory. I don't have a problem listing the merchandise, shipping the merchandise, sorting the merchandise. What I have the biggest issue with doing is actually taking the merchandise that has been listed for sale and putting it away so that I can find it when it sells. Come to think of it, that makes a lot of sense. That's why I can't put laundry away. It's all so clear now. So when I switched to this kind of bin system, I was finding it so much faster to put stuff away. So basically all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go bin by bin. I'm going to look at expiration dates. I am going to count the multi-quantity items, and I am going to make sure everything is accurate in my eBay store. And for doing that, I am just planning to use my iPad. I'm just gonna pull up my eBay store on the iPad. What I'm gonna do is I'm just going to pull out an item. I am going to search this item in my eBay store, and I'm going to make sure that quantities are accurate, the listing is active, and I'm going to make sure that any expiration date is accurate on the eBay page. Sometimes if I have an item that has multiple quantities, I will simply pick the expiration date that's the closest to the day that I am listing it to put in the eBay listing. That way, I know the absolute earliest date that I need to pick out of the bin. For instance, if I have 5 of these, one has an expiration date of December 2019 and all of the others expire after January, I'm going to put December 2019 in the eBay listing. That way, when I pull the item out of inventory to do shipping, I will look for that date first. Because what you don't want to happen is you have a whole bunch of items that have an expiration date that's in December and then a whole bunch that don't expire until August of 2020. You don't want to grab one for August 2020 and send it to somebody now when you have one that's going to expire in December. So I find that putting the closest expiration date in the listing is the best way for me to ensure that I grab the item that's going to expire the fastest and send that to the buyer when they buy it now. I need to make sure that none of those listings have a date that is before October 2019, because if those listings are picked up in the eBay system as expired, eBay can pull my listing down. Which, sidebar, hold on. I gotta tell you guys something. Quick story time, because I need to tell you about this, because this is a lesson to learn when it comes to expiration dates on eBay. I had received a notice that stated I had a listing removed because it was violating eBay's policy. I take a look at the listing and they had specified that the listing was expired. And upon looking a little further, and I actually called eBay to talk to them, what had happened was in the title of my eBay listing, it said 08/20, which was August 2020. But what eBay had thought it was August 20th of this year. So eBay removed the listing thinking that it had expired back on August 20th of this year, when really the expiration date was August of 2020. So what did I learn from that little experience? Do not use abbreviated years in the title. If it's 2020, say 2020. Don't just write 20, because then eBay will start pulling your listings down because they think you're violating policy by selling expired merchandise. All right, let's go back. But first, I need my glasses. You guys are always asking me about these glasses. These are not prescription. These are actually Blue Shield glasses. I get chronic headaches if I look at tablets or phones too much. But these, they really relax my eyes. Like even now, just putting them on, I can feel my eye strain relieve. Like it's pure relief. I do have these linked in my video description. They just came from Amazon. They're only $28. They're high def. I wear them like all day, every day. And you guys that have bought them yourselves have also told me that they help you as well. So that's why I always recommend these glasses, because they're super affordable and they're really good about headaches. So if you're interested in finding those on Amazon, the link is in the video description. Of course this would happen. So my tablet doesn't want to open the eBay app. I'm wondering if it's the iPad. This is a really, really old iPad, and I'm starting to notice that some apps are no longer working in this iPad. So I'm wondering if eBay is one of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to use my cell phone to check, because I could do the exact same thing on my cell phone, but it makes me extra glad I have these glasses because my cell phone gives me such bad headaches. So yeah, all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna open up my eBay app. I'll just end up searching within my eBay store. There's a little find search tab, so I can just come over here, and so I can pull this item out, this Zostrix, so I can just Zostrix search. Okay, so according to this, it says that I should have 2, which I do. Expiration dates are good. And then what I do is I just try to keep them, close to each other in here. I don't bag them together or anything, because anything bagged, I assume, is a lot that I am selling. And so I don't bag multiple quantities. I just try to keep them grouped together in the bin. So that one is good to go. Okay, so, and then here I've got 2 of these allocanes. I'm looking here. Those are accurate. There's 2 of them. The expiration dates are fine. So again, I'm just gonna stick them in the bin in this little corner together. This I just recently listed, so I know this is good and the expiration date is fine. Same thing with this. The expiration date is fine. I just listed that. All right, so there's a couple listings of Thermacare. Let's see. You can see here in the bin that I have 3 sets of 2, so 6. Oh, everything's sliding because I'm not using 2 hands. Ah, well, there you go. I just wanted to show you that there's 6 in there. It says that there are 3 available, which is accurate. Expiration date. Oh, I need to change that because it says 3/20. Remember when I told you guys it needs to say 2020 so that eBay doesn't remove my listing? So I'm just going to edit that. I'm going to glance at the bottom of these and make sure all the expiration dates are far enough out, which they all look like they're March and May of next year. All right, those are good to go. And then that is actually everything that's in this bin. Pain relief, anything I list that's pain relief, it always sells really, really fast. So there's not a lot in that bin. So now we're in the supplement bin. Also, you guys can see here, my battery is almost dead. Go figure. That crap always happens whenever I need to take pictures for listings or whatever. That always happens. But let me show you guys my new favorite thing. So this is my new phone case. It's self-charging. I just need to push that button and that puppy's charging. You see that? My new favorite thing. It was only 20 bucks. I'll link it in the video description. It's my new favorite thing, so I can actually charge my phone and keep working. I'm obsessed with this thing right now. Now I'm just going to go in here and I'm just going to group the items. All right, so the listing of Airborne that I have, it's a set of 4. And so just have 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are on there together, but I don't have them bagged together. Why is that? Why are these not bagged? All right, so those are good. Check the expiration dates. All right, shot B. All right, those are all good. All right, so I'm gonna move the camera back and I'm just gonna keep working and make sure that all of the quantities are correct in eBay and all of the expiration dates are good as well. Here's a teachable moment. This is why you need to do inventory checks. So this item right here, the expiration date is next month. And so I was going in and making sure that all of the listing information was accurate. Come to find out, this listing actually had 0 quantity. So if I'm remembering right, this was actually an item that sold and the buyer canceled their order, and I probably was too busy at the moment and then forgot to go back in and replenish the stock. Because what happens is I have what's called the out of stock option turned on for my listings. So when an item sells, it simply sells out instead of ending. So what ended up happening was the buyer bought it, it sold, but when they canceled, the quantity remained a 0 and was no longer available for sale. So now this has been sitting in my bin, not even available for sale, and it's about to expire. So now I have to do my due diligence. I need to replenish the quantity by adding a 1 where the 0 is, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop the price a little bit so that I can sell it faster. But this right here is a prime example of why doing these annoying, tedious inventory checks is so vital. Found another one. So this is my smoking aid, quit smoking aid bin. So you can see there's 3 of these mini nicotine lozenge boxes in here, but I pulled it up on eBay and I only have 2 listed. So it says that there's a quantity of 2, but there's actually 3 in here. So what I'm suspecting is somewhere down the road, someone purchased them, canceled it, and I forgot to go in and replenish the quantity. There's a trending theme here. eBay, if you're listening, can you please make it so that if an order is canceled, the quantity is automatically reinstated in the account? Because this is getting frustrating, having to remember to go in and make the proper quantity after an order is canceled. It's uber annoying. Okay, so here's something else I'm doing right now. There's actually a couple more in here. There are 6 total of these children's Nasacort nose sprays. So they actually expire at the end of this month, and I don't think that I can drop the price anymore to make it worth selling. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to set the quantity to 0 on eBay so that the item is sold out. And I'm gonna list these locally and sell these locally, because even if I could get $1 a piece locally, that's better than selling them for nothing on eBay and letting them expire. So definitely thinking outside the box, get some sort of cash flow, get some capital back. I'll probably just sell them for $1 a piece on Facebook Marketplace. I'm gonna go take a really quick break and go throw dinner in the oven, and while it cooks, I'm going to come back down here and work. So here's something else that went wrong. This item was actually missing a photo in eBay. So all of the photos were there except for the main front cover photo. So it's not very pretty looking, but I just went ahead and took a picture right here just to have something, because that would make sense why this hasn't sold yet. Because when people are looking at the eBay listing, it's literally a glitched photo. It's like nothing there, so they have no idea what they're looking at. So when someone searches this item on eBay and they're scrolling through, mine has a big block of nothing where the photo should be. These glitches in eBay getting really old. So yeah, the deeper and deeper I get into this inventory check, the more I'm finding issues. I'm finding every once in a while a photo was uploaded incorrectly. Luckily, this was the first one I found where it was the main photo was glitched out. And I'm finding, like, I found another nasal allergy spray that it had 0 quantity in my eBay store, but there was one sitting right there, so it never would have sold had I not done this inventory check. So this kind of maintenance on your eBay store is super important because things happen. All right, you guys, I think I am done for the day. I did the most important stuff. I made sure everything that had multiple quantities, the quantities were checked, all of the expiration dates, anything that were expired or about to expire, I made note of, and I got rid of the stuff and ended the listings of the items that were expired so they didn't accidentally sell. And now I think I am just gonna go upstairs and eat some dinner. The oven timer is probably gonna go off anytime. I'm just waiting for my husband to come downstairs and tell me dinner's ready. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you found this video helpful and it helped open your eyes to maybe some areas of reselling that you weren't really thinking about. Because doing something as simple as routine inventory is very important. So you make sure that you're not just letting inventory sit that's not even listed or letting things get expired. Or it's even the process of double checking your listings and making sure that there are no errors. You know, sometimes I will pull up a listing to double check and make sure the quantity is correct, but then I see a typo in the title. And just taking a second look at your listings and just making sure everything is okay, that is what's going to ensure that you have a successful online business. The fewer errors, the better chance you have. If you guys like this video and videos like it, please give it a thumbs up. That way I know. Don't forget to check the video description. I will put some useful links in there for you, as well as the link to get $80 off of Home Chef. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see more content. And I'll see you guys with my next video. Bye-bye.